Greetings, everyone. Welcome. We are going to draft Core Set 2020 on our free-to-play account. This is our main account. We do not have M24X yet, so when we are playing a set we haven't 4X, we play on our main free-to-play, and that's where we're at here. And when you want to play on your tabletop, of course, you're going to be checking out cardkingdom.com for all of your tabletop Magic needs. They got everything you need. And if you want to check out my affiliate link to Card Kingdom down below in my panels, that's a sponsorship link that lets Card Kingdom know that you heard my message here and went to visit them there. And if you do go to visit them, you know, it's just, as I say, like, we're all going to do our due diligence when it comes to making big purchases, even big Magic purchases. A lot of people like blingy, expensive Magic things, and, you know, you gotta check out the field, but I keep coming back to Card Kingdom when I do. The prices are great, and the service is second to none, and the shipping is fast, and my expectations are always met. And that's, I think, the main thing I keep coming back to when I talk about Card Kingdom is how they meet or exceed my expectations on basically every interaction I have with them. And that's the kind of thing that starts to make exactly the handful of dollars difference here and there between any given card much less important to me than knowing that what I'm buying is going to show up very quickly and exactly as described. It's a very valuable confidence that I have. So thank you, Card Kingdom, for your support. Let's move on and go for a 5,000 gold entry into this ranked draft. Wowie! Quite a start. Not quite as good as it is in paper, where you can build your entire deck around just doing very powerful things at instant speed on your opponent's turn. So you get your wolves and you get the value of casting your spells. In limited, you get more into a spot where this starts to take over when your hand is a bit empty and you don't have much to do anyway. So just want to call out that it's not quite the insane bomb that it has been in instant-based controlled constructed decks, but it's still a very good card, and this is a very good pack. I'm like in Splicer, Ambusher, Seer, Lynx, Ambercat, Shock, Smuggler, and even this land is appealing. So I wonder what we're going to wheel. That's a lot of, like, 1, 2... I don't love the Spitfire, but might wheel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, yeah, we're gonna get something out of those that I mentioned. Like, our worst case to me is like wheeling a Spitfire, and like of the 8 cards I mentioned, they're all red or blue or green. So there's you know, I want to be looking at possible elementals, given that something playable in blue or red is going to come back around. Probably the Smuggler. I think the Firecat, Shock, and the Spitfire will all go before the Smuggler. Scott doesn't love the Seer. I love the Seer. I think the Seer's still great. Even if its worst case these days is it gets picked off by a bow or whatever, but it's still got the card. Anyway, Slam Dunk rare. Just in that Slam Dunk moment, going to assess the pack and see what we might expect to come around, because it could impact how we approach this pick. Like, if we think we're going to wheel a Smuggler, we could, you know, you could take one here. I don't think we, you know, it's just, I just like to check the pack. We can also take a Wave Crasher, which is a nice-ish build around. It's a real drawback if you're not getting value out of the bounce, but if you're getting value out of the bounce or unlocking a, you know, a creature under enchantment-based removal, it's pretty excellent. Yeah, and Night Pack, we will try and build around this. It's just hard. You can't always just choose to build around this because you want to. There's Lich, maybe the most powerful card in the pack, but it doesn't go with the Ambusher at all. Other than this, you could end up splashing this, although I think, yeah, this is a fine late game card. It's not a super exciting splash, but you would. Where's Crasher? Oh yeah, you're taking. I heard Crasher, and I was thinking of that that green card, and I couldn't see where there was a Crasher. Yeah, let's take Wave Crasher and see if we can build around it. If we can, awesome. If not, we can let it go. Here, I just kind of want Outrage or Blood for Bones. Outrage, the bots tend to underrate red in the format. We expect some red to wheel from the first pack, so there's that. It's a long shot, but possible that a Lavakin Brawler can wheel. But at this point, if we took a red card, I would take the quality removal. But Blood for Bones is a fun build around as well, as we've seen, and goes green-black is fine in the format. So I'm going to pull this one, see where chat is leaning, but I think it is Blood for Bones or Outrage. If you think it should be Lavakin, just vote Outrage, like basically red card, black card here. And then maybe in the chat, if you really think it should be Lavakin over Outrage, we can talk about it. We do have Wave Crasher here. It's just that Lavakin Brawlers can go quite late. But Blood for Bones is a super fun build around. We have tokens that we're making, which you can use, you know, as fodder for sacrifice. Oh, Cardboard Live isn't loaded. Sorry, let me work that. I did a full reset of my system before streaming today, partly to try and help with my meme playing issues, which seem to partially resolve it. I don't know. I'm still having some occasional meme stutters. So if we get some incomplete, oh, update is available. All right, so we're updating Cardboard Live here. Usurped believes the common Raised Dead is better than Blood for Bones. Strong disagree. Putting a card directly onto the battlefield is valuable mana-wise. And that extra boost, and the fact that there's so much fodder in the set to, you know, blood, like you just get a Skelly late or whatever, and it's basically free. It's basically like the common, except you get one of them put onto the battlefield, to me. I did my did some due diligence this weekend, Brian. We'll see what happens. All right, we'll take Outrage. That seemed to be the chat pick. Rapacious Dragon was mentioned in our last M20 draft as a thing that people found to be underperforming, which I suppose is true. Also, you know, it's an uncommon 3/3 flyer in a format where one of the best commons is a 3/4 flyer. That alone is a big knock against it, but splashing, not bad. We already have the Outrage. We could just take it like a Pack Mastiff or a Mammoth Spider. Sleep Paralysis is, as you know, you've seen me pass this a lot. I don't like it because of cards like Wave Crasher. Green does not seem to be flowing, but it's too early to tell. This is pick 4. It's quite possible, I mean, that we've only seen two packs from which green could flow, and it could be very easily that there was just no good green in those 2 packs. I do intend, like, I think if you want the Mastiff, I agree with Robert. Well, Robert's going to try and wheel the pup. I think we can actually wheel the Mastiff a lot of the time. I'm going to take the Dragon. It has some issues. It's not insanely powerful, but I think it's the pick there with the Outrage in our pile. Yeah, and it does even support splashing, potentially. Ugh, what do we got here? This kind of makes me wish I was in black. Like, Blood Burglar is a fine 2. Versus Piranhas, which is a pretty weak 2. Fathom Fleet Cutthroat is good in the format. Courser is generic green that could support the Ambusher. And that's the only reason to even consider this, is that we really want to play this Ambusher. But I would consider dipping into even Dawning Angel is also worth calling out. Like, we're just in a spot where my temptation is to add a 4th color to this pile. And see, like, yeah, I mean, we could take the Courser, but I would rather take a 4th color in case the bots are insisting than take a marginal playable, a fine card. It's fine, whatever. It's a total whatever, though, to support this first pick. So, yeah, I'm going to spec on Burglar and not give up the chance to try and draft the hard way and listen to what the bots might be saying here, and let go of this replacement level card for a hedge towards a color we don't have yet. And Angel, yeah, there's another Angel saying, hey, you coulda, but I'm feeling like we're drifting from, like, we could add white here. It's just that in this format, white is not the color I want to be adding as my 5th possibility. Yeah, we just take the Skeleton, which supports the Blood Burglar, Thornwood Falls, Woodland Champ. We're expecting to wheel that pup. You know, we can take Woodland Champion. Rapacious Dragon, should be noted, creates 2 treasure tokens, which work with the champ. So the gentleman likes Courser more than Blood Burglar. It's a 2 versus a 3. It's a very generic 3 versus a 2 that is solid and has a good, you know, the incidental life gain on it is fine. I'm going to take Woodland Champ. Again, it's building, you know, it also works with the Ambusher. Like, if we do end up red-green, suddenly Woodland Champ with Dragon and Ambusher is actually getting pretty big. And here's a green card that suggests that maybe we're okay on green. Especially after that champion. So we'll take the Spider, be pretty happy about that. Another Spider, pick 8, but there's a Lavacan Brawler. I was mentioning that Lavacan Brawlers can go late. And was it pack 1 or pack 2 that had a Brawler? It must have been pack 2 because we took Outrage over the Brawler. We'll see if there's a pick 10 Brawler. But I'm going to be taking the Brawler here. Even though we're also filling up at 4 a little bit, this is a good one. Thank you for the sub. We seem to be drifting from the Wave Crasher plan, although there's a links to suggest potentially otherwise, but I think we're not on black or blue here, and we just take the Smuggler. This is exactly the red card I expected to wheel, but keep in mind that does mean that bots took 3 other red cards out of this pack, so there may be some bots predisposed to red, despite the fact that it seems to be flowing decently. I think we cut green effectively enough that green should be flowing in pack 2 pretty well. So let's see if that pays off. Main deck Airstrike is not impossible, but I try not to. Gift. I don't think we're going to play Gift. Let's take Vault Progress. Did not wheel our pick 10 Brawler, which is not a huge surprise. Happy to get 1/8. Rift, not particularly playable, but it does a job that if you have no other way to do it, you could manage it. Field of the Dead for some gemmage, but there's a creeping Trailblazer, and I'm just not going to pass it. We have a Chandra's Outrage that I'd love to grab, and this is quite the deck for quite the pack for if you'd gone blue. I mean, this is kind of a classic limited or sealed special. Give me the Smith, Sailor, Lynx, Piercer, Backwater, Agonizing Siphon pack, please. This is a crazy Dimir pack, but I'm going to pop in with the Trailblazer here. Ignore the gems for especially like a powerful synergistic 2-drop. We gotta take this 2, and then try to pick up some more elementals from here. But man, kind of make me wish we were blue. Here's a Woodland Champ that is likely to wheel based on what we've seen, and so I think we're gonna try and wheel the Champ. And then our question is, which of these bottom 3 do we want to go for? And man, more blue, more black. We have an Outrage already. Druid, with the thickness we're seeing at 4 and 5, the Druid seems pretty strong here. But man, Outrage is a great card. And we're passing a second one here. We're almost certainly going to wheel the Champ. So the question is, would we rather have a Druid or an Outrage? I will, I'm going to pull this one. Druid or outrage. Do we have a double poll going on? Does that even work? I am pretty torn. Druid does work with Blazer, but we're not heavy elementals yet. Like, we've got Brawler and Blazer as our only elementals, which may mean that's actually a reason, like, we want to get more. So let's take a Druid. All right, I was leaning Druid. I just thought I'd see how it was doing, and looks like we're on a similar page. I think this champ will wheel, and we'll be happy with that. And besides, we just get every outrage that we want, apparently. Again, Brawler, another elemental creature or removal proposition, but I'm going to go with the removal here. Oh, there's Meteor Golem, though. Meme value there. Although, let's face it, that's not why we take it. But also, one reason to take it is that we have a Druid. Like, we have Ramp. That's a reason to take Meteor Golem. But man, how... Passing our third Chandra's Outrage in a heavy red deck? My god. Yeah, we have Dragon Ramp. Alright, given the presence of Leafkin Druid and Dragon with tokens, we're going to take Meteor Golem, because we could also get a 3-drop ramp spell. Well, that's true, Fenor. Fenor says, "Hey, this is not a ramp deck. We're trying to be aggro here." But I hear you, Fenor, and maybe, you know, this does some damage too. It's a great. I'm gonna go with my gut though and take the Golem. I hear you though. Man, another Weaponsmith goes by. We have a Reduced to Ashes or another Leafkin Druid. We're just passing all of the red removal for creatures, but I'm taking another Druid, especially with the Meteor Golem we just added. Pattern Matcher gets a second Druid right now and may end up getting more. Scuttlemutt is potentially the 3-mana ramp spell we were talking about. Oh, did I miss a meme? Meme Machine Redemption, what was it? Oh, it was Mama, sure. Mama wanting the draft salute. So Scuttlemutt, Thicket Crasher, or Pattern Matcher are the viable picks here. I'm going to pull this one too. I think this is interesting. We're going to call it Mutt versus Matcher versus Crasher. The Mutt is very appealing given the... But Crasher is an elemental for our elemental synergies that we're trying to build. Pattern Matcher could be great. Right now it only gets the Leafkin Druid, but if we pick up some more of these smugglers, spiders, sprawlers that tend to go late, like, I think we can make the Pattern Matcher a good card by the end of the draft. But what I really want from a Pattern Matcher is patterns to match at 3 or less mana so that you can curve out to Pattern Matcher and get your value. Crasher is the choice. I didn't think the Crasher would win by that much, honestly. Figured it would be a little bit more matcher heavy, but maybe that's me. Oh, and Scotty with the raid. Thank you. Welcome, Scotty, and all of Scotty's viewers. You caught us mid-draft. We just pulled a pick here on Pattern Matcher, Scuttlemutt, or Thicket Crasher, given this deck. Chat wants the Thicket Crasher. Understandable. We have 2 Leafkin Druids now. We have a Creeping Trailblazer that wants elementals. And with the 2 Leafkin Druids, we're likely to be able to drop a Crasher on 3, which is if we're on the play and making 4/3 tramples on 3 oppos in a little bit of trouble. And yes, I will get to your redemption. We've had a meme redemption from the channel points for the new meme that debuted on Friday when we literally drafted a Once Upon a Time. So here's this. I'm a little boy, you're a little girl, once upon a time. Pup gets boosted. Oh yeah, it's true. pup does work with Ambusher. It's a little bonus extra for the pup, but it doesn't make it the pick. But we'll take Crasher here. Firecat, perfect addition to this deck. We have now a third 2-mana ramp spell to power out our Thicket Crasher and Lavakin Brawler. Unfortunately, not these two because it goes for elementals, but Embercat, easy peasy pick here. Evolving Wilds could set us up to splash in pack 3. Keep in mind right now we do have Rapacious Dragon that enables a splash. I don't think we're even playing this Airstrike. Let's just get that out of the deck. We could take a single bow, but I don't think we don't have the real chance to get enough bows to make me happy enough to play them without a Weaponsmith. Yeah, Pup is fine with 2 Leafkins. Yeah, I guess it's better than the Evolving Wilds or the Courser. Perfect time for a little spider. Really a big spider. We got a little spider. There's our little spider. Well, maybe we could get the bows. And look at this pick 9 Weaponsmith. Ouch. We said this pack was stacked, though. Yeah, where's the Vorse Claws, right? That would be a fine pickup. I guess we'd take a Bond over a Grabber. We could also be looking at splashing here. Maybe we do take a bow or a raptor even, get something up in the air. But we have 2 spiders now, so I feel better about our flying. Bird Grabber is like hole filling. Yeah, I guess we spec on bow, but I don't think we're going to end up there. But yes, there's nothing else there. We got the champ that we wanted to wheel. There he is, or she is. Sentinel. Frankly, with the quality of our 2s right now, I hope this doesn't make the cut. We have 6 good 2s, and we're not even in pack 3 yet. Hey, there's a Vorse Claw. We were talking about you, buddy. Scorch Spitter, probably not making the cut here, but if we... Well, here's the thing. There's some worlds in which we want 1-mana elementals, so sure, we'll take a couple here at the end of the draft, but unlikely that we're going to play those. That Once Upon a Time meme is the only one that's been that showed up last week that's new, so no panicking elsewhere. We can take a Flame Sweep. It hurts a lot of what we're trying to do, but our Leafkin Druids survive it. Pick 12 Vorse Claw is not a surprise, Robert. It's a big dude, but unless you have a way to give it trample, it's imminently chumpable, blockable, flyoverable. So yeah, this is a Smuggler Flame Sweep, but the Smuggler wheels, Flame Sweep doesn't. So if we want to, you know, we can take Flame Sweep and wheel the Smuggler. I've never really had a Flame Sweep in a deck before. It tends to be too harsh on my own stuff, but this could be a spot for it. A lot of our stuff is survives this right now. Yeah, we could also take gems. That's a good point. Maybe the bit disciplined thing to do here is just take gems. Because Flame Sweep is pretty non-bow-ish. I end up cutting it a lot when I do end up with it. Fenrir says, just grab the Smuggler. Nah, it'll wheel. Watch. I'll bet you an internet cookie. Taking a chance. Certainly not guaranteed. It doesn't wheel 100% of the time, but I think it wheels a large enough percent of the time that that's the decision. No, I paid it off. You pay off your internet cookies immediately. Yeah, this could be another gem pick over Scuttlemutt or another Druid. I don't know how many Druids we actually want. I almost want more ramp targets if we're going to add another Druid. Tracker is another one that's likely to wheel. I think if we think we want a tracker in our deck, we just wait to wheel it. And there's a good argument for just taking gems here. The deck is coming along fine, and I don't think any of the cards that I'm looking at scream that this is going to influence your deck by 20 gems. So given that I don't think any of these cards influences this deck by 20 gems, I'm going to take gems. I would take Druid if we didn't already have 2. I think there are diminishing returns on Druids. You draw these, sometimes you draw these and it's just like a blank. It's like drawing a land. You do get to be able to start cutting some lands even in a ramp deck, but I don't think I would do it off 3 Druids per se. Spider or land or season. Yeah, we're probably well enough off here that we can just take the Highlands. Spider would be nice. This probably wheels. These definitely wheel. So yeah, I'm with land here. Overcome. Take Swiftwater, we could play a blue card, but this is like the blue card I would want to play. We have 1 pup. Maybe we end up with another pup. Probably wheel this Vorst Claw. All right, we're lacking a little bit in win conditions, so I guess let's take the Overcome. It's doing a job we don't really have filled yet, even though it's not the best candidate for closing power. It's something. Yeah, it gives the Druids, suddenly the Druids can attack. That's not bad, not a bad result with those Druids. Here's another Fire Cat, or Ember Cat. We can take a Spitfire. Spitfire works pretty well with Outrage. But I think we just want either another Ember Cat to just keep this ramp train going or the Reduce. I'm down with a 2, though. I love thick 2s. I'm just going to take the Ember Cat. Give me the thick 2s. I don't think that flyer does that much. That flyer is a trap. Powerful and constructed and pretty weak and limited. That's why I was saying, I love the matcher. Pattern matcher always seems to be good by the end of a draft. Axe. I don't like the axe. That would be something that's competing with the Overcome job, honestly. It's this thing that takes a stalled board and lets us, creates new attacks for it. I like the axe in flying decks, where you're going to get a lot of evasion, natural evasion. And so, yeah, I'm not into the axe, even though there's not much else here. I'll grant you that. I mean, I guess it's like Raptor, Axe, or Bond, or Vault Progress. Are we taking the Raptor? Are we playing the Raptor if we take it? Again, I think our spiders are doing that job, and I really don't like the Raptor as a 4-mana creature susceptible to bows. So I'm going to leave the flying defense up to our spiders and pass on the Raptor, and we'll take I even take a Bond in case we wheel and decide to play that. Yeah, I can take Vault. Vault Progress is probably the correct pick there, honestly. Intimidate, we can run Infuriate. Infuriate's fine. It's practically a giant growth. So is this. But do we just want a pup? And we did get a lot of bows. If we'd taken every bow we'd seen since our first one, we'd have like 4 bows. Yeah, Wolfkin Bond makes a token. That's true. But I like with the double champ, we're going to pass on Might and take the pup. I think we're going to get 1 more Vorst Claw before this draft is done for ramp targets, and that'll be good. Maybe it even lets us cut a spider. We'll take pup here, though. That smuggler wheeled. I win a cookie. Tracker wheeled. I don't think anybody offered me a cookie for that, though. I think Vorst Claw wheel is coming up, though, if we're going to get it. I think it might be next pack. Anyway, we'll take a Spitter, but not play it. All right, I think we missed the Vorst Claw, number 2. Natural End. Yeah, we can run that main if we want, although we're at like a little above playables, so 2 Vorsts. I'd run 2 Vorse Claws in this deck because of the double Druid, double Embercat. These are going to be like 5 drops, and when you can make 7/7s for 5, you'll play a couple of those. And I know you winked, Fenor, but that's exactly why I said I tried to be upfront with the odds, that I was expecting a high % chance of a Smuggler Wheel, but not 100. And therefore, we were making an informed decision that had some level of risk, but a level of risk I found acceptable. And it worked out. But yeah, we only get 1 cut here, so I kind of like the deck, but we picked up a last pick bow, so there you go. All the bows you want. We could absolutely run a couple of bows, but I don't think that would be the best. I've been very bad about tracking my draft info as I produce it, and I'm trying to be better about that. So I'm going to take a moment here to catch up on this draft. M20, it's red, green. We paid gold, and we ground 60 so far. Yeah, probably just cut natural end and call it a deck. Naturally. You see the charts. Well, I'm not proud of the 3 non-creatures, but it does mean our overcome will be pretty good. We could play... Yeah, there's nothing... Well, what do you want? What's your plan? 20 is a lot, but you go to battle with the cards you have, not the cards you want. You could play 21. Play an airstrike. I don't want to put in a spell just because we're low on spells. Is this a format where you're happy to do this? Like, over what? I love it though. Look at this. We got this Infuriate late. Like, this is this is removal. All right, we may have passed some removal. Yeah, this is just a go long overcome smuggler deck. Yeah, I'm just running this. We could, one option to think, I'm going to run it as is for now, but we can also actually think about Tectonic Rift. Trouble is we have Overcome. Like, Overcome is just doing this job, but better, right? Deck is good, you say? How good is it? Also, our Brightwood tracker is going to hit a lot. And a solid keep. Tracker on 3, Brawler on 3, Spider on, or Dragon on 4. Ruh-roh. Not particularly killing this, so we're just going to hope that our toughness wins the day over the bows that the weaponsmith can presumably go fetch. They're about even. I like Eldraine a lot, seemingly more than many. especially given my arena taint. I've like only ever drafted it on arena, but I've liked Eldraine quite a bit. But I think M20 may be my favorite core set draft. Yeah, they kind of have the blue deck we could have had, right? Jersays asks, how do you decide if a particular pick is better than 20 gems? It's on my list to write an article and do a more in-depth discussion of that very tactic, but here's the chart. This is a chart Raptor made to represent that very decision. So the big debate in looking at the thing I just posted is what percentage impact does a given card have on your expected EV for a deck, and then how does that compare to 20 gems? But the short version is puzzling out how we feel that that chart affects things, where we sit on that chart. Okay, so if we attack with a brawler, they can double block and trade off. Well, if we played one, too bad we don't have another. If we had one more elemental, we could make this a 6/4, and then we threaten to eat both of these, which would be worth attacking. Yeah, although I think at this point with this hand, I'm willing to trade Lavakin Brawler for that Weaponsmith. Although I guess they can just go get another. They can go get another bow right now. I guess there's not much we can do to save this Smuggler. But I don't think they want to trade for that Weaponsmith. I think we're willing to trade Brawler for Weaponsmith in this situation. Because if they get stuck on 2 bows even, we can still make that work in terms of 2 bows not being enough for Spider, Tracker, Dragon, and we can get there off of those creatures. But if we let them stack up 3-4 bows, we're done for. That's a good point. They can't really make use of the bows till they have a creature they can attack with. So they're going ahead and they're taking the trade, and we knew what we were getting into, so let's make that Weaponsmith trade. Expecting them to go grab another bow here, but hopefully then we stop them at 2 bows for now. So they did take it, and we're going to go with Dragon to... Unfortunately, we produced these 2 treasure tokens without one of our woodland champs around. It's so cool to play a dragon and turn your 2/2 into a 4/4 for free. It could mean they have another bow already, that if they get one more bow, they can line up 3 bows and start to take out basically everything we can do. There's Paralysis. Well, we got some value nonetheless, and now we'll try and rack up the creatures ahead of an Overcome. And let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Don't have a 2 spell turn. Can't get 2 creatures to make Druid produce 2. So yeah, now the Natural End, of course, would be a welcome addition. Again, we can consider, I guess, with all the bows, popularity of blue, you could argue that the Natural End could make the cut here. We just have to figure out over what. Oh yeah, we do have treasure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That potentially means we can go. Let's go Tracker, Smuggler, and then we save a treasure. Yeah, I completely forgot about my treasure. So I like that. We don't need Spider yet, but Tracker, Smuggler seems good. And yes, Smuggler is vulnerable to the known double bow, but they need to play a creature, have it untap, and be ready to attack, and equip it, and spend turn casting these and equipping them. So yes, they can get to they can get to a situation where we're effectively dead to known tricks with the Smuggler, but it's pretty mana intensive for them to get there. So we'll see what they do here. Probably pin the tracker. And they're playing a tempo game that's pretty effective in that if they do get these bows going, that's troubling. And now it looks like they will, in fact, have the dead Smuggler next turn, and we don't even get the tracker play, which is too bad. Another Leafkin Druid. This makes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 8 possible, but we don't even need 8. We can do it with the 7. So let's go Spider Druid. Spider could have attacked. You mean if I played Spider last? Like, when did you want the Spider? Like, oh, for the over the tracker? Yeah, I guess it can attack into the piranhas. I was trying to save the treasure while still 2-spelling and getting this tracker going. But again, they technically have a dead Smuggler if they want, but they have to send in with Frost Link, so we'll see what kind of backup they have for the Frosty. If they double equip Frost Links and attack, oh man, it's exactly what I was saying we didn't want to see. Although, nice that Tracker and Spider both outlast that. And if they triple bow and attack, we do get to eat their one current attacker. And maybe if this is not attacking stuff, we're still okay. Oh, sorry. Here, I started the process, but then they... Here, thanks for the reminder. Here we go, here we go. All right, Cardboard Live hopefully works now. Or reset, refresh if not. All right, let's see what they want to do with this Frostlink's attack. Should be interesting, because they either come at the Smuggler, come at a Druid, or preemptively come at the Spider so that we can't block with the Spider. But if they do that, then we just block with the Smuggler. So unless they have Infuriate specifically, we should be good here. The attack almost makes me think they do have Infuriate, but we're going to make them have it, and then we at least untap with Tracker. We could also just take it, and then what happens if we overcome next turn? We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 points of trample damage. I think we just take this, overcome, and see if we can't win post-overcome with 17 damage coming in. Am I not getting it right? How do I get 17 and you get 14? Oh, yeah. Trample damage minus this block, yes. But okay, there we go. We did get the same number. We're just presenting two different results. And yeah, that's what we're doing. Now, if that Frost Lynx would like to attack again, I say bring it. Wow, they must have Infuriate? They must have Infuriate based on how they're pausing here. Darn it. That's a pretty big difference. Still seems okay, but we're about to lose the smuggler if they want to attack, and then we are straight up trying to win with a single mammoth spider. And we lost. I mean, one of the reasons I was happy with the play is that Tracker would survive, and then we have this long attrition battle won. I didn't necessarily have them on it. I said it was possible. Well, let the top decking commence. Tough for us to rebuild, though. Our rebuilding card is gone. I suppose I can hold land now. I will. Embercat's not land, but it's not much of a creature either. However, if we do find our second smuggler, right? We have a second smuggler, right? Yeah. So we'll play the Embercat in hopes of finding a means to smuggle. We get some pups. We can start making the champ big enough to at least trade with the piranhas. They're one attacker away from taking over this game, though. Yeah, they have 0 attackers right now, but I presume they have creatures that can attack in their deck, and as soon as they find one, we are in a bad way. Except now! All right. Meme value, attack value, we just have to hope we don't get countered here. They've drawn a couple cards and are holding 2. They might be holding like 1 land, but I expect that one of these is action, and they haven't played it, and therefore it's probably either a trick or counter. We're just going to hope we don't get countered, but we'll see. Cross your fingers. Obviously taking out their one blocker so that we can start trying to close out this final 7. All right, looking good now. Even one blocker doesn't get it done. They need multiple blockers or removal. All right, they found what they need to not lose, but they're going to trade off. Oh man, we even get a big champ. Well, now we just decide for them which one of these to trade off, but we'll still make it big here. Why is it? Wonder why it's letting. What specifically about this board is causing it to pause when I put creatures on this stack right now? I'm just trying to understand their own, you know, play assist tools that they have implemented here. Treasure, is that it? Yeah, maybe that's it. That's kind of the weird thing on board, right? I mean, of course, there's like a ton of things you can technically do with your ferocious pup on the stack, right? I could tap an Embercat for mana. I could tap Leafkin Druids for mana. So there's other things that can be done. I was just curious which one was causing the pause, and for some reason, Treasure will pause for, but other mana abilities, no. But that's the thing. I bet without the Treasure, it would not stop so that I could tap a Leafkin Druid. Nice try, Oppo. That was an interesting turn where they almost, if they could just found a way to equip an attack, maybe they could have found a way to kill a couple of our creatures, but I think we got it. Right. So that's my point, that it's interesting that this mana ability of Treasure produces a different game assist pause than other mana abilities. Also, clicking and not being able to click through this victory screen, is this a known issue? Well. Oh, I didn't update my stuff, sorry. That was not standard, if anybody was curious. And if anybody was screaming at me to do this earlier, sorry I missed you. All right, quitting, starting. So my big accomplishment this weekend, we're in the States here, we're in open enrollment month. December is not only the holidays, it's open enrollment month where all the healthcare plans give you options to change. And because healthcare is so screwed up in this country, we have my wife, whose work plan is pretty good for her, but terrible for her family. So she is on her work plan, but she alone. I am on the Affordable Care Act with a plan I got off the ACA. Previously, my kids had been on the ACA with me, but now my daughter is 18 and qualifies for Apple Care, basically Washington Medicaid. And then my son, who's 16 or 17, just started a part-time job at a local company that has incredible benefits. Like, easily the best benefits in our family are my son's at his burger flipping job. So I'm actually going to contact my son's part-time employer and see if my son can put me on his plan, because it's better than the thing I'm getting from the ACA. But basically, my point is, I was the hero of the weekend because I researched all 4 roads for all 4 members of my family during medical plan change time. So I did 4 separate assessments of like 12 different plan options this weekend for my family. So I am a hero. You should be coming up to me and thanking me for my service because I did that. Like, it's the driest, most boring thing. Oh my God. And yes, he works at Dick's Drive-In, Seattle Classic. Yeah, and I'm seriously, I should just get a 16-hour-a-week job at Dick's Drive-In. They pay $17 an hour. $17 an hour to start, and their healthcare plan, which you can get working only 16 hours a week, is literally great. Wizards had solid benefits, but nothing to put them a step above anybody else in that area. Yeah, tuition assistance if he, he's headed towards college. And anyway, Dick's Drive-In, love him. Oh, thanks, East. Yes. Well, that's one reason I'm trying to figure out who to cling to in my family if I lose my ACA coverage. Yeah, healthcare shouldn't be this complicated to decide what to do. But I know that what we need to stop doing is paying a million middle folk to administrate plans. There's so much waste. There's so many people in the U.S. healthcare system reaching in and grabbing big fistfuls of the pie. That's the worst part of paying for my premiums, is just knowing how many do-nothings I'm lining the pockets of with my premiums. Yeah, do you know who doesn't waste your money? Card Kingdom. Thanks for the transition, East. All right, little side rant. I just had healthcare on the mind because of my kind of crazy weekend, but let's continue this. Crazy. It was crazy looking through all that healthcare coverage. Yeah, my favorite part about the healthcare debate was how a conservative organization did a calculation on the amount of money that universal coverage, single payer coverage in the US would cost, and it was some multi-trillion-dollar bill that seemed insane, but was actually several trillion lower than what we're paying right now, So healthcare is expensive. It doesn't have to be this expensive. All right, nice keep. We get Brawler on 3 into Crasher or Spider. No, we were just chatting. I don't know. I was just on my mind. That's why I started talking about that. Man, I'd like to vote for somebody who wasn't 70 plus years old. I'm sorry. Maybe that's ageist of me, but like... I don't want someone in their late 70s as president of the United States. I think that's a mistake. Or at least, who's their VP? Tell me who their VP is, and it better be somebody I am happy to have as president. Haven't seen the Miscreant into Miscreant opening in a bit, but we're going to follow through on our nice opening. They're playing a tempo game. All right. It's okay with us if they're going to use it on someone like that, unless they start dumping out more Miscreants. Then it could be... Trump is over 70, so is Warren. I like, I just, want younger presidents, please. All right. To Mama's point, let's play some Magic. Don't have attacks here. Can't power out a Mammoth Spider off of an Ember Cat. Just trying to see if there's any way to two-spell this, and there isn't. So we're going to just replay our Thicket Crasher, or sorry, replay our Brawler. And pass. Okay, wait, so here's another pause. No, so I guess it's Ember Cat that's also causing this pause. Maybe they changed it. I just feel like that's not a pause that that I remember experiencing before. Gotta tackle some dangerous topics sometimes, Freya. On the one hand, I want to be an escape from politics for a lot of people. On the other hand, to whatever extent I have a megaphone, I feel some need to use it to express my moral compass about important world issues. Yeah, the night triggering trebuchet thing is just bad. Come on. I'm not saying someone over 70 can't be keen AF. I'm saying statistically, I don't like putting someone in that bracket in charge of the country for multiple reasons, but again, let's move off it. Let's go to... so now we have a Smuggler. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If one of them is... again, we do not have 2 spell here. But if we Brawl... Yeah, Brawler just gets in. So I guess let's just play Crasher and Brawl. Question is, let's say we draw a land next turn. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus... See, here's the reason to do Spider. If we draw a... we still get a good Brawl in. Yeah, I'm actually going to not play Thicket Crasher this turn. We have a good clean attack. Nothing 1 blue can do except unsummon our Brawler. And if they want to do that again, then great. We replay the Brawler. I assume they just take this, though. Unsummon? Oh, growth cycle. Of course, they have the druid. All right, so they win that combat. Boo. We are going to go Spider. And then next turn, if we draw a land, we get Crasher Smuggler. Yeah, maybe GS, but here's the thing. There may be people completely aligned with me, with my various philosophies watching, but they're not here for that. They're here to escape that world and enjoy Magic for a while. So it's just a tough balance, you know. I got to balance it. Thanks, Cardinator. We did find a land, but it is the one that prevents the 2-spell turn that I was talking about possibly getting here. Looks, this tracker is trouble. We're now trying to just clock him 10 times with an Ember Cat attacking with a Smuggler, I think. That's the funny part. So we're going to leave Mammoth Spider back as our defense. Crasher can attack on this board, but it's going to likely get blocked. I just think we'll try and trade it off. So I'm going to, and also with the tap land, we do get Thicket Crasher Smuggler next turn if we want it. So I'm going to take Smuggler, unblocked Ember Cat this turn. Oops, no. So we had the Thicket Crasher play. We don't have the 2-spell turn unless we do Thicket Crasher and Smuggler and give up on attack with Ember Cat. That makes me... Also, they have open mana, so they might counter whatever we try to do here. I'm going to... They are probably just activating their tracker, though. That's probably what's going on here. So I'm going to keep sending Fire Cat, or Ember Cat. Yeah, we could smuggle the Smuggler too. Hold on, that's actually reasonable. Oh, but it's too late. I've already done it. Why Crasher first? Big Vorsty. If they come up with a Crasher of their own, that could be a problem. With 2 Smugglers, Ember Cat, and Tracker, we could get to the point where we're attacking for 4 a turn, which might be enough to race. Although that made the race a little bit rougher, but maybe that makes it a little bit better. Still on 6 though, can't 2-spell unless... No, we just can't. We just can't 2-spell. I guess we put Ambusher out and start making... I guess we go Tracker... What we need is Tracker and Ambusher out, and then Ambusher can make a token every turn while Tracker finds us other options. Getting some texts. I'm gonna go with the tracker now. And I'm still gonna make an unblockable attack here. I don't think we want to do any blocks this turn. Vorst Claw gets a big smack. Like, that's not great, but it's okay since we're not going to be activating that next turn. We weren't blocking. Ooh, I was hoping to block some. I'll tell you that. I was not expecting for their last 2 cards, which also means, by the way, of course, they top-decked. They had a Rabid Bite and top-decked a Rabid Bite. That is absurd. Super absurd, but we should... Maybe we have enough to not die. But no, we just lose to the air. Never mind. That's frustrating. Oh, come on, Robert. Yes, Vorst Claw's been fine. I was rooting to get another Vorst Claw in our deck, but that was about Rabid Bite, not Vorst Claw. And also about top-decking a second Rabid Bite. My god. Come on. That was dumb. Deck does not have a lot of interaction, though, so we're somewhat at the mercy of Oppo doing whatever they want and seeing if our creatures are good enough. We got no Rabid Bite options. We never even had a... can't remember even seeing one that we declined. This deck is an Icicle at 2, and yet we have none in hand. I'm going to keep and hope we find one, but I can't throw this back with both colors in a reasonable suite of cards, but an Overcome works good with a double pup. Ideally, we draw one of our champs. How about a Woodland Champ off the top? Yes, we passed a lot of outrages, but we had our reasons every time. Just saying we never saw a Rabid Bite. Another Bo deck, hooray. We never see those. Start with a pup. If we're gonna outrage the Spitfire, we can just play the Mountain and do that. We could also Highlands, Ferocious Pup. I think we want to go ahead and outrage the Spitfire to set up for a better Overcome. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate that. Who was that? I don't see it up here. Did it only show up on screen but not in chat? What am I supposed to do if I get a sub and it doesn't put anything in chat for me? Well, whoever subbed, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Yeah, question. I guess yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do the... It's a little early for the outrage, maybe. Except then we're just giving up the Ferocious Pup. And the Ferocious Pup has value with the Overcome, so that's why I'm doing it. Normally I wouldn't bother on a creature like this. They might have haste, but we're not blocking with the pup. That's why I did that. So, not thrilled to use my outrage on that turn right there. But I'm trying to set up the rest of our hand to be good with this Overcome ASAP. And that actually helps. Too bad we can't play an untapped land and double spell here. I'm going to go with... we'll attack first. Yeah, Pup's following Mom. Alright, if they're spending their third turn befuddling, things could be a lot worse for us. Next turn we get Leafkin Druid, Smuggler, and then... Alright, they get one of our pups in this situation. If we Overcome now, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's not worth it. So let's double spell here with Embercat and Smuggler. And we can smuggle in a wolf. We lose a pup, but then we have a very big attack back. Yeah, we'll see. They might not even decide to attack. They might feel they're good enough here, though, with only seeing 8, especially if they have a block. Yeah, they'll probably equip an attack here, given the second brawler. No, they're going to be safe about it. Okay, well, if they're going to be safe on defense, we're going to go ahead and do another turn of building since we drew a smuggler. We get smuggler, send in 2 wolves, play Leafkin Druid, and then next turn overcome if they don't have a counterspell, should just win the game. Yeah, Flame Sweep would be rough, that's true. I hope they don't have it, or we lose. But if they don't have Flame Sweep or a counterspell, I think we just win, so there's that. I think we still win. We'll see. Well, I'm gonna leave blocking to defenders. They're probably not going to attack just to take out a pup here, given their 10 life in our sea of creatures. But now they're tapped out. I think even if they do kill a pup, we're good. Because that's 1 fewer blocker. It's almost better. It's basically the same, right? If that's around a block or whether it kills one of our attackers. So they get one of our pups, but then we get to just crash in for the win here. Or what should be awfully close to it. To the point that I will let Oppo do the math. JKA Salt helped us solve the sub mystery. Was JKA Salt the sub, or did Salt help us figure out? Oh, you subbed on YouTube and it showed up. It showed up here, huh? They are connected. Like, I've done all the connection stuff. I don't know. Well, thank you for the YouTube sub. Appreciate that too. Depends on what they blocked, right? The +2. Because if they were just going to block a pup anyway, then it's like the same. But I didn't figure out the full blocking. Didn't need to. Here's my YouTube channel for those of you who don't know about it. Also, I think, is it playlists? Let's try playlists. Let's try playlist. I have all of my YouTube videos broken into categories, and if you want to watch videos by category, you can do that via that playlist link. Maybe you just want to see all my ranting about arena design decisions, for example, that kind of thing. Here we are again, going first with no 2-drop, but no ability to mulligan the hand. So we're going to keep, and maybe we'll get lucky and find a 2. But if not, at least we have 3s good to go. Yeah. Really sad when our deck can't get going on 2. I mean, I built the deck to get going on 2, but all of our 2-drops seem to be hiding. We'll go pup here. So that's another YouTube sub notification. Must be, or else it would show up here in the. So I'll try this. I'm gonna make a note of that. I'd like to have it visually distinguish where the subs are coming from, so I'm not so confused. I'll still be confused, but just not as confused. Look into sub notifications, YouTube versus Twitch. All right. Noted. Now, found our 4th land. We could obviously drop a smuggler or whatever. We're going to drop a brawler. It threatens to block the thief and then threatens to go unblocked with smugglers. Although, you know, maybe we go Thicket Crasher. Brawler's the more valuable creature, and if they've got something to pump the thief, I'd rather they take out the Crasher. But actually what I might do, I think I'll play the Brawler, but if they attack with the thief, we're actually going to block with the Wolf. It's possible if they attack with the thief that they really are just trying to suicide the thief into the Brawler to draw an extra card. But it would be so devastating for us if it was actually about a trick to kill the Brawler, our only Brawler, on a double Smuggler hand, that I really would like to try and keep this Brawler alive, make them use hard removal on it. And also with this Scorpion, like Brawler getting through with Smugglers is kind of how we get there. Just so. Can't outrage that yet. We don't have the red, but we can play a Crasher and pass. Or, yeah, I'm going to play a Crasher and pass. We're not trading the Brawler for the Scorpion. But again, if the thief attacks again, I'm going to block with the Crasher. Continuing to try and use other creatures besides the Brawler as a way to solve this thief problem. Also worth noting that Oppo has drawn with the thief, but is still stuck on 3. Right? This is their 5th turn? Or am I thinking about it wrong? Not sure. I think they're stuck on mana, though. Alright, note both attacks with the Audacious Thief enabled the kill of the blocking creature, so I'm very glad we were diligent with our Brawler, and wow, Oppo's out of luck to have attacked with a Thief twice and cast a Blade Brand and still be stuck on 3 is some pretty bad mana luck. We're having some so-so mana luck here, unable to find our Outrage mana. I don't want to use it on a Scorpion anyway. We're going to start getting unblocked. Wow, they're still stuck. Sorry, Oppo. Why do we play this game, right? All right, so they want to kill our Smuggler so they can have it? I'm in. Let's not lose to that. We can double spell here at least. I remembered mostly what it did. I just had to be sure that they could be put on an opponent's creature to the effect they wanted, and it can. But now they gotta kill it. That's why this card is so bad. Unless you're doing some kind of constructed sacrifice build-around type thing, it's very hard to just have creatures die on command. I'm fine with this Smuggler taking their presumably premium removal with it. Like, if they're spending time killing one of our 2 smugglers instead of a brawler or something, great. Or we just overcome. That's a thing to do. Just keep drawing this card and just, like, straight winning. Overcome has not been a great card in the format, but it's doing work in our deck. We played Ambusher once. It got promptly rabidly bitten, or at least we had it in hand and had plans for it. Yeah, I think we played it on the turn we died. How early we picked them? Dude, we wheeled them. And Smuggler is good, yes. This format has a lot of stalls, and they're great at busting stalls. No green, you say, and we're going first again. I'm going to mulligan this. I mean, I guess we're a forest away from like a crasher on 3. Mulligan. All right, much better. Keep this, throw back a forest. Now, do we block with this druid? We do have a smuggler, so I guess we will not block with the druid. All right. Oh, we have an Infuriate. I was going to make a Crasher and just trade in 2 for 1 based on that, but Infuriate 3/2, so we can get a 5/4, which is enough to actually kill the thing. I'm going to try Smuggler Infuriate to win combat against the Spitter. Telegraphed a bit here, but let's see what they've got. Could be Trick into Trick, too. Oh, Shock? I feel a Shock coming on. Embercat. Cool. All right, I don't think they have anything. I guess it could be +2/+2, the uncommon single green combat trick, but we're going to block and make him have it. Also, it's still a trade in that spot. Yeah, might at least still trades, as Smock points out. One mana, 2 for 1. Easy game. We could go Embercat. What does that do for us? Let's see. If we go Tracker, we have 3 creatures. Next turn, we could go Land, spend... Trying to figure out how we could get... I guess we could... Yeah, let's go Tracker this turn. Then we could end up with a land next turn that produces the ability to go Embercat into Crasher. Does that make sense? So, like, this way, if we draw a land, we untap, we play the land, we go Mountain, Forest, Embercat, double tap, Druid, Crasher, and it dumps our hand the fastest. A lot of presumptions here that all of our creatures survive and we draw a non-ETB tapped land. I don't mind that, provided they can't kill it. So this is the problem with something like Act of Treason as a one-time card like that. I kind of just want to trade off this Smuggler for something, but I want to execute our play if we find our land, so I'm not going to make any blocks here. I'm not seeing it, Robert. Are you doing it from mobile? I've heard people often have trouble doing it from mobile, so maybe that's a thing. I don't know. Did not get the land, but we can go with a brawler that we can start smuggling next turn. I have found Twitch to be somewhat lacking in these areas of functionality. We're at 10. I'm going to just attack with the smuggler. Oops. No. Just attack with the smuggler, get 2 in, and then keep these back on D. Wow, that's a powerful smuggler. Do you see that? It was, turns out it was, what's her name in disguise?
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
Exactly, that was, we smuggled Phage in is what happened there. Hey, there it is. It's on, Robert. You got there. Thank you for the sub, Robert. Appreciate it. Now, what did you figure out, Robert? So that we can help people in the future trying to support my stream. All right, that looks like an opener, and we're going for it. We're winning all the coin flips today. We get to go open on a Leafkin Druid or even an Ember Cat. I guess we'll open on Ember Cat. And then turn 3, we get Champ Druid. I feel like I've been going second all week last week, but we're winning coin flips left and right today. Actually, they're playing red. They could have a shock in hand, and either one of these produces the 2-turn play the subsequent turn. So let's play the Druid and make sure they can't just shock us out of our plan. Wow, we could make a lot of mana. But I think I like Champ Cat here. Maybe we'll find ourselves a dragon off the top, and this champ will be a 4/4. There's a powerful magic card. Now we have a new plan. Turn dudes sideways and try and win before we lose to getting buried in that advantage. We could go Ember Cat, Druid. Oh, I see what it did. Sure, I hope it spent the required mana, and then we still get this, right? That was what I was trying to do. Dump the hand. Yeah, it doesn't. They don't seem to have a shock, but they have a Arisen Reef. So let's see what additional value they can find off of that powerful card. Rider not bad for them in that it really holds off a lot of what we're doing. We only have a spider attack, but we'll do that. If they want to trade Raider for Spider, we're going to take it so that we can start turning our other dudes sideways. I don't love this trade. especially because it lets the reef survive. But yeah, I was thinking they probably wouldn't want to make the trade anyway, and they didn't. Not going to hide anything. Could get tracker going. I just want to keep up on lands in case we get tracker going. Ay. At least we're not playing blue. That's a big boy. All right, Brawler sets us up for eventual Smuggler. I mean, someone was questioning the worth of a Smuggler, and it's in spots like this that come up all the time in this format, where now a Smuggler looks like an amazing draw for us. Yeah, let's just draw Overcome and win. We can do that. Although, maybe another Forest first so we can attack with our Druids. Ambusher would be nice. Would love our Tracker. Start drawing cards. So far, we're just lucky that Oppo has not seen a ton of support elementals along with this Risen Reef. Well, there's that forest. It's my fault for kind of calling for it. I don't really want a forest. I was just saying it would make for a better Overcome. But if you're going to give me a forest and then an Overcome, I'm in. Golem would be nice. We have a lot of fine draws. We have 11 lands and then a bunch of decent draws. Let's see. We'd like to see Meteor Golem, Overcome, Rapacious Dragon, Night Pack Ambusher, Brightwood Tracker, Chandra's Outrage, one of 2 Goblin Smugglers, an Infuriate would be all right, and Trailblazer would be all right. We got a lot of good draws. And I just used Hourglass Progress to establish that, but welcome to the streaming life. So they're threatening 1, 2, 3, 4. They're threatening 4 pumps. So 6-2. And I think at this point we can offer pretty comfortably the Ember Cat for such an attack. No, we're not going to Champ Chump. Champ can become a 4-4 if we draw our dragon, or a 3-3 if we draw a pup. Oh no! Hey look, it's one of those great draws. Let's play it. Oh, I could have flashed it. Well, they're against blue. I actually wouldn't. I forgot that it had flash, if I'm honest. But honestly, if I'd remembered it had flash, I still would have cast it because they've got blue. I should have. I own the mistake, though. You don't want to just. I should have thought that through and didn't. We're gonna try and take out the Boreal. What else can we do here? I know it feels like something here, right? I just want to make sure we don't die to a big pump spell. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, Brawler and Champ double block is the other question. And I think with Ambusher, yes, we're willing to throw that stuff away. And we're willing to... We should do it on the Ceratops. Argument for doing it somewhere else is like we still have 4 power, so maybe we could take out the small toughness. But we got to try and trade. Maybe if they have a pump, they only get one of these two. Could just be a desperation attack, too. No, I don't want to risk the ambusher for anything here. Yeah, we weren't going to risk an ambusher for a growth cycle. I'm going to play this to gain the life. Not blocking with the ambusher. Or maybe we are now. Not the Ceratops. But I think we chump with the Druid. I'm going to attack. The question is, do we attack? And I guess we attack because I'm now willing to start chumping with Leafkins. I get that it holds back Meteor Golem, but attacking for 4 too good. And I know they can activate the Ceratops and get some trample damage through, but it's still worth the chump, I think, to save 3. And then we'll have another wolf next turn for the Meteor Golem. Is it chumping the 3/3 better? Let's see. We take 5. Isn't it the same? Yeah, I guess you're right. In that case, we should double block. I'm a little worried about another trick, but I guess if there's another trick, we have trouble beating that, so we shouldn't play around it. So, good call, G-Pick. All right, back at you, buddy. Let's start with an attack, maybe? Do we want to attack first? I think I want to know whether my Meteor Golem resolves before I attack, so I'm gonna do that. Oh, I missed a Vandal Redemption. Sure, we'll start with a Vandal. Here you go.
To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal, light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance!
And we'll move right into the Meteor Golem. Taking out their big boy. And hoping this ambusher makes it through. All right. Coming up Millhouse here. Smuggler's Deece, but can't smuggle the Golem, and we're still bringing the heat. I think just a, well, 3/3 wolf with an 0/1 or a 3/3 wolf. I think we just actually take the 3/3 wolf because when we break our turn and turn off the ambusher by playing spells, let's play multiple spells, since effectively what we're getting is the same thing. Oh, 1/2, sure, yeah, they're both wolves. Is that worth it, though? Does that increase our clock? You hear what I'm saying? Like, we play the pup, we're setting ourselves up for maybe multiple turns. We're not attacking with the ambusher, though. Yeah, I'm going to wait for a 2-spell turn, but I'll send in the Golem. We'll take Smuggler, Reef, or Golem, whatever they'd like. Whoa. Wolves. Poking their heads up. Jumping right out of the card. All right, we made it to Platinum mid-month. Maybe we'll make Diamond this month. I don't know. Could happen. Not if we keep playing traditional and free-to-play too, but it could happen. Maybe we'll set aside some... When there's some format we love, and then we just want to play every day anyway, maybe we'll make a run for Mythic at some month. If it's what the people want. Maybe when there's a reason to qualify, something I really want to qualify for, that would be nice to qualify for. I don't know. Hey, we made it to 5 wins. We're 5-1. Pretty good. Already a fine result for this deck, no matter what happens from here. Can you believe we lost, though, Robert? I'm supposed to win every single Magic game. I think that's my expectation, right? Just win them all? Rank in most games is pretty icky in terms of actually telling you something super useful about your current skill set. Isaacer, it's going all right. Can't be treating us too badly at 5-1, right? We have won the flip yet again and have another unfortunate mull. One of these is a forest. This hand looks fine, but we're going to mull this. All right. And now, what are we pitching? I think we got to give up the Infuriate here and keep 2 lands and all of our creatures. Especially Champ plus Dragon is a combo. And we want the lands to make sure we get to Dragon on 5, if possible. You got to be yoking. Champ's going to be a 5/5 on 5 if we can find land. I know we have little interaction, but I'm trying to play into the huge Champ plan. Two Ferocious Pups after that keep is just kind of lucky, but yeah, Gauntlets would be very good against us. We don't have the removal for it, so this would be, you know, in the strikeout home run vein. If they show Gauntlets, they got a home run because we just don't have the tools to defeat it. Really, in fact, maybe we should just pop the artifact enchantment hate into the deck so that we have, again, some interactions for something. Wow, this is a 5-1 deck. I'm seeing cards I don't respect here. That's why I'm a little surprised. Really happy to find a land, though. Now we are 1 away. I could play the Tracker. I'm going to drop the Pup, though. That makes a 4/4 that can actually attack right now. I mean, isn't the question, why are people playing white right now? Because I think Gift is a fine filler card in a white deck. It's not a bad card. They're itching to do something about that Champ. But if so, hopefully the Dragon comes down and then just starts dominating the air. If they don't do something to the Champ, we find land. This is a 6/6, so that would be sweet. They don't even have the power on board to stop 6 power. Inquisitor is fine, but now can't get first strike, so we can attack wolves into it. Oh, and we found the land. Clean living. Their pause is about Soul Mender, not necessarily anything in their hand. Is there anything we can do with mana if we add it? Nope, you get it, buddy. Treasure down. This is going to give them some lifelink with the Daybreak Chaplain block, but still worth sending everything, I think. Maybe just send in, you could argue just sending in the 6/6, because like what happens here, they get, if they chump the 6/6, it's worth it, but if they're not blocking the 6/6, they're just kind of getting extra life out of the wolf attacks, so maybe you just hold back the wolves. But then they didn't, they still let a wolf through? That was weird. I gotta say, you know, some people don't like the rollover highlighting, you know, how our cards pop white when Oppo does something or whatever, but I think it makes it tense and exciting and does drive home that it's a human on the other end. I think it's a nice touch. We'll go ahead and play both of these, but we'll attack first. They still don't have wolf blocks, but now we really don't have wolf attacks, so we'll just send in the dragon. Not splashing anything. I mean, we could keep this so that we could cast like a meteor golem sooner, but I'd rather get as wide as possible. Maybe we find our overcome and can just win. Yeah, I do feel like Oppo is not mono white. Mono is pretty unusual for the format. So it's also possible they're stuck on land and they're staring at 3 uncastable cards in their hand. Good news is now everything in our deck is a decent draw in the sense that it's either a spell or it's a land that gets us going on tracker. Oppo, I don't think you want to do that. If they gave Vigilance, I'd understand, but you're not racing, friend. That seems... maybe they're doing math I don't understand, but that felt... Well, this is probably the worst card in our deck in terms of... It is a spell, but not one that does much right now. Captain eats everything for lunch, though, so we're just gonna keep up the dragon, or keep sending the dragon and play the druid and start trying to find action with the tracker. All right. Dawning Angel gives him a little cushion back on life and gives him something to trade off that dragon against. Drew Brawler. Yeah, I'm going to just cast the Brawler. And not attack in the air anymore. We're going to look for a Smuggler with our tracker. Find a Smuggler, and then we can start winning off the Brawler. Might even start attacking with the dragon, but I'm going to give it one turn to solve this in a different way. Squad Captain is huge, but we have infinite chumps. Mountain, not exactly what we wanted to see. But if we find a 2-drop... Let's do this. I'm gonna track now, see what we find. Might find it too, so I'm doing it main phase. Well, that's some action. Golem might even be better than Night Pack Ambusher. Ambusher probably just gets us there. We just go so wide, eventually they lose. But Golem takes out their Dawning Angel and lets us get back to it in the air with the Dragon. That's kind of the two considerations here. Do we want to open up the air lanes for Dragon, or do we want to just set up for the very long game with Night Pack Ambusher? But they might find a second color of mana and then... Yeah, there's a lot of wolf pumping going on. I think it has to be the Ambusher. This is better for us long term. And yeah, we don't get to cast it if we play it, so I'm just going to hold the mountain and pass the turn. You think they're mono? It's possible. Yeah, it's starting to look like maybe it is a monocolor deck, which is unusual, but I suppose if you're going to get one in this format, it would be red since the bots are less interested. Let's check our mana. If we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, this is 8, and if we draw a land, we get 9. What I'm checking is, like, if we were to have 10, like, we might want to play... I'm going to play the land. The reason why is if we draw nothing but land, we're eventually going to want to play the Ambusher on the same turn that we track her. Yeah, Blue Llama is with me on that. Another massive squad captain. Two squad captains is rough, because we could just use a token to chump one endlessly, but now it's a little bit tougher. They're tapped out, though, so if we can block enough to take out one angel, or take out one captain, we're going to do that. Let's see, we could do... maybe we do need to, especially with the Ambusher looking to win our long game. Trouble is now the Moorland Inquisitor starts to get through if we do this. Yeah, let's eat Inquisitor instead. Let's eat the Inquisitor. And then figure out what to do on the ground. We can go like 1, 2, 3, 4 on the squad captain. They're going to get Brawler, Champ, and 1 Wolf out of it. But then I really like where we untap and end up. So I'm going to do this. Save the champion for wolf tokens. Oh, that's a good point. So if we do that, then we're... we can also just chump for the turn so that we set up for a lot of big stuff next turn. That makes some sense too. Yeah, I think I like this block. And yeah, we can do this since we know they're out of cards. Just want to make sure we didn't lose something on pump. And then that looks good. I don't even want to trade for the Inspiring Captain because we're about to make our Wolves 3/3s, and then they can 1-for-1 trade with the Captain, which I guess it was anyway. Maybe you're right. Maybe I should have saved 3 because I'm going to lose a Wolf to it anyway. Yeah, you're right. I should have double blocked the Captain. I was thinking I wanted to save the Wolves until they were 3/3s, but then they do the exact same job for the exact same cost, so I might as well have done it already. So Blue Llama was correct on that one. But now we're going to get pretty nice turns going. Do we want to race in the air in this spot? The ground is now clogged, and we win eventually in the air. So yeah, I'm going to attack in the air. We can do this air race if they want. I think even with the Soul Mender, we win the race. I know that it has flash, but they knew about it. So... I'm going to choose to race on this turn. And we'll see about next. Oh, did it not? Oh, we haven't had a token yet. That's why. Ambusher hasn't made one. We just cast it. All right, so blocks. Pretty easy. Single inspiring captain block. Then the question is, what do we do to try and deal with squad captains? I'm going to say another chump. Unless, let's see, we have a bunch that we're willing to do. No, I'm going to say chump this turn. Maybe even double chump. Druid, less useful. Like we could chump. Build up another... Actually play a Vorst Claw instead of making a token, perhaps. Yeah, we don't want to lose to charge. And this prevents us from losing to charge. I'll do it like this. Oh, well, I thought I was going to get a chance to activate my tracker, but maybe I didn't have, maybe it wasn't, I didn't have enough mana anyway. I guess I didn't have enough mana anyway. So we can make a single big 7/7, or we can make a 3/3 activate tracker and get a 3/3 champ. Kind of like Vorst Claw here, actually. It's so big, it actually helps with this squad captain problem. And I think we're also gonna keep the dragon back. Like, I guess we don't win this race. They're getting a life a turn. So effectively, this is attacking for 2 and this is attacking for 3. Plus, they can attack with a chaplain and force some lifelink at some point. So I think we're losing in the air, and I'm going to offer that trade now, and see what they're interested in doing, given this new ground state. Block. 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 And I guess we finally chump this champ before it can really start going. I mean, we could chump tracker, but that's so much better for us. Can we put enough on the squad captain that we just finally make that trade too close? We get 6 on it, but I don't think that's enough. Brawler could just be a game winner if we find a smuggler, but it may be correct. All right, let's do it this way. Don't do it! No tricks! All right, no tricks. All right, here's where we try and go long. Oh, that's right, we got 2 champions. I'm going to activate tracker on their turn. Leaves up a blocker that's relevant. You know, can block Apostle or Chaplain, and then we'll activate this at the end of their turn. don't think we have much, if any, graveyard interaction. I don't think the Apostle of Purifying Light ability matters to us. Yeah, we don't really have anything in the that affects the graveyard. Oh, man. All right. Well, that was a big draw. Any way we can shrink it? Dang it. I don't think they're, quote, afraid of Pulse. I think they are using all their mana every turn because why not? But Pulse is the thing to play around for that consideration, yes. What a card for them to get just right then. Now we got to go back to Tracker Town, see what we can do. Decision time, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, they're making it easy. We're going to chump the squad captain for now and try to eat the other stuff coming in if they continue with this attack. I don't know what they're doing exactly. But hopefully with tracker activation and a natural draw, we can find enough action to threaten the squad captain. You can even take one here and go to 1. They can't pump. It just sets us up that we're dead to any creature, but it also sets us up to find something with the tracker to trade off with the squad captain. Valhalla does not want to go to 1. I'm tempted to go to 1 here, honestly. I mean, they're a white deck. Man, I think you all might be wrong, but I'm gonna... Yeah, but so is... We gotta kill this... You know what? You know what's also risky? Sitting around waiting to lose to the abyss that is an 8/8 squad captain. I think I was on go to 1. I went with chat's inclinations, but yeah, there's a lot of things that get us, including flyers, but right now the thing getting us is an 8/8 vigilance. So like, let's solve that problem. And like, here we are again, chumping again. Yeah, now we're gonna dig on our turn, but I don't like it. I think I might be on team 1 now. Of course, now they have the open mana to actually have the pump. So this is not obvious. I'm going to block. I'm going to chump here and then set up, especially if we draw a land. We go to 9. We can go 3 plus 6. Yeah, with this, we're going to now... bring that out. We can't sit here chumping. All right, it's time to block the squad captain and hope. And know that if it goes horribly wrong, we at least have one tracker activation. Till Ambusher is back. Oh, let's see. We're actually pretty close. 1, 2, 4 go on the bottom, so we're really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards away, or a couple of activations. Yeah, Golem is somewhere above that, right? Yeah, there's a lot of things that would suck, but I mean, God's willing. This attack suggests screams +2/+2. Although even if they have that, it's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. That doesn't kill us. So if they want 7 damage from the charge, okay. Charge puts 1 point of toughness on the captain, and we still get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So a charge is still fine. Whatever it is, we can't really play around it here. But the attacking with the Yoked Ox is more suggestive of +2/+1 to everything, but it could just be single pump that they're looking to win combat with the Ox. We figured it out, and I'm happy. We got what we wanted, ultimately. And wanting the Spider here against Flyer.deck. It's no yoke. They're going to ask us a question, but we got an answer. It's a Thicket Crasher. Yeah, we'll send Smuggler. Diamond Knight. At its best in monocolored, even then I'm like, whatever. Another Smuggler. We're at 2 life. Can't be too careful about that, but I think we do get to go Crasher. I guess we just keep sending the Crasher here. Don't want to smuggle the Smuggler. Smuggling the Smuggler would leave us with only 1 untapped blocker, which is not acceptable on this board. Just too close to death. They weren't going to block. They were basically tapped out. They just weren't going to block. I mean, I could threaten a trick, but I didn't see the point in that situation. Spider, nice. They are still lacking in defenses here. Now that we have Mammoth Spider, you could make an argument for smuggling a Smuggler because we get 2 blockers against their 2 cards plus an unknown third. It's unlikely to produce enough to get Soulmender plus 1 other through. But attacking with an unsmuggled Smuggler isn't worth it at all. Yeah, we can smuggle the Spider, but it does block better. Dead to any pump, but clearly they'd have to be top decking that pump at this point. Yeah, I don't want to play around pump. I don't think that's the answer. And yeah, are we playing around charge or pump? I mean, I think charge and pump are very similar. Why on earth would you smuggle then Spider? Why on earth would I... Oh, smuggle the spider? Because you would rather lose a smuggler on a desperation block than a spider. All right. Well, Mike wants to play around another inspired charge. I'm not sure if that's correct here. I'm going to go with Just Crasher, though. We'll play conservative. We are playing to win. Come on, Commando. Don't suggest that one of these choices is playing to lose and one of them is playing to win. Everybody here is trying to win. There's conservative approaches to winning a longer game more reliably, or aggressive approaches to winning a shorter game with more risk. And that's a great point. We know we have Infuriate and Ambusher coming, so we can kind of play to those cards as well. Yeah, we know, yeah, Golem is above these, right? I'm not sure where it is, but it should be above Ambusher, I think. Yeah, they should know where Ambusher... I don't know if it had the... Oh, did they just win off that? Well, we gotta... Well, they don't have a white spell yet. Do they have a white spell? Golem off the top, one-time dealer. Yeah, this would be an awful deck to lose to. It happens, but come on. This deck is not quality. I assume they must have the aura stuff in there, but mono white in this format seems bad, and man, I want a top deck to not lose to this. Magic Gods, I don't ask for much, but not like this, please. Please. Come on. All right, can that do anything for us? No, we just frickin' lose. Oh my god! No, it doesn't. It pumps itself. It pumps Crasher too, but it's not enough. I mean, we're going to attack with everything, but this is not enough. That's all we got. We'll send it. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We win if they don't block anything, but they just need to chump and leave the Diamond Knight, and then they win. The point, Richard, is for me to win every single time or be salty about it. That's just how it goes. Unreal, Oppo. Hope you choke on your crappy Diamond Knight. Wow. Soulmender, Manifold Key, 2 Oxes, 2 Squad Captains, and a Diamond Knight, and we're losing to it. Wow. Wow. But sorry, I don't want to be rude. I always like to presume that Oppo's going to show up here right afterwards and say hello and thanks for the game. Smokey McDankson, smoke some weed and ponder how to draft less crappy cards, but you got there. Good work. That feels super bad. Yep. Super bad, but yeah, it's Magic. If you yes, you give us 2 more spells instead of lands. Give them 2 more lands instead of spells. I think we win that handily. Manifold key on a 1/1 Diamond Knight. Ugh. Oh, I've lost to worse than that in the past week, I think, but, you know. Oh, it was like McDank or something. Some weed, some marijuana reference name. I gotta own my salt to let it get pushed out of my system, you know? MTG Balance. All right, MTG Balance. I'm mad and want to crush you. We've won yet another flip with yet another no 2-drop hand. Seems like every time we win a flip, we don't have a 2. This is a pretty weak hand, actually. The Meteor Golem is pretty far off. Pups do something, though. So I'm going to keep, but I don't love it. Do not love it. Salt in my eyes. Ouch. MTG Balance sounds like the Adventure Zone doing a Magic Skinned Balance reboot or something. Druid! Oh my god, Druid. Seriously? You're gonna show up now? Really? Really? Alright. I see how it goes. Any point in playing the Druid ahead of the pups. If we play a Druid now, we get 5 mana on 3, which doesn't really do anything for us, so let's pup it. I guess it does give us double green for next turn, which could be a factor with the pup. Do I have a poker tell? I have a poker misdirect more than a tell. I'll explain that in a second. I'm gonna just pop a Druid out. I guess we just pop a Brawler out. Why would I pop a Druid out? Let's pop a Brawler out. They might have a counter. I guess that would be why. Let's go ahead and attack with a Wolf. They want to trade this off. They can, and then it'll help us understand. Poker tells exist, but not in the Hollywoodish way that you think. They are more subtle than that. Good poker tells tend to be about how long a person pauses, where they're looking, how long, you know, they're the way they make a bet. There are definitely poker tells, but no, Marshall's. Most of the people I play with are pretty locked down on that kind of thing. But I'll tell you a funny story about my poker tells after this game, if you remind me. I went with a Brawler so that we could start getting big soon. And then, yeah, then this, of course, yeah, here we're up against the green problem. That's what I was saying. You know, playing out a green card has its basically when you're short on land color, like you only have one source of a color. If possible, you want to try and play those out so that you have that you can double spell in a situation like where now we can't because we're choked on green. Yeah, this looks like a deck that could be missing its white. But with the Infuriate, we're going to go for it. Oh, I should have played the Druid first if we were going to play it. But might pup. Should have thought it through, though. All right. Might even... Well, we'll see. If they're going for a trade here, could be worth infuriating. I guess I'm going to do it. If they're at a point where they're ready to trade, I kind of makes me want to say, no, you don't get to. Good call on the befuddle. I guess I should have let that all happen, and then we could have blown out the befuddle. Still worked out for us. That's fine. I'm going to go with Leafkin Druid. Then we can Golem next turn off of a land. Actually, we can Golem already. Never mind. So early Golem seems like the play here. Mike was fine with the trade. I'm just not fine with my sequencing. Got a little anxious to kind of do the trick, whereas if I just let things play out a little more and let them respond first, we could have really blown it out. But yeah, I still like the control we have on this board. Somebody was calling for expecting white out of this deck because of the Metropolis sprite and missing a color. They were absolutely correct. Do we want Meteor Golem on a fencing ace, though? That seems a little bit underwhelming. I'm going to give him a chance to make a trade on this fencing ace for the wolf. This time we'll take it, of course. There's no mono blue spell that actually increases fencing ace's power, so at most it's still just a 2 power. I'm fine that we don't have that pump. I'm fine with the play we made. Befuddle? All the befuddles from Oppo. All right. You get that one. We can go pup here, try and golem them with something next turn. Also, we lost a creature, couldn't golem anyway. Non-land. Yeah, let's take out a Warden and crash in. They get a trade-off on the Brawler at that point, but they want a 2-for-1 themselves on Brawler. I'm down with that. Yeah, champ super late with these pups. Could take out the fencing ace instead in case that's kind of where they're really headed. Like some aura that really causes us a problem on the ace. Because everything else is still getting the same amount of trade / damage in. Yeah, I'm a little worried about the fencing ace turning nasty on us with them at 14. So yeah, I'm actually going to do that. Let's do that. Loved that Brawler, but felt right to accept the 2-for-1. And we'll accept these trades too. They keep managing to trade off, but still gonna keep aggressive. Uh-oh, that's really scary that they didn't want to trade Golem for Angel. We'll see what that means. Eagle. Kind of makes me expect an eagle, but maybe not. I would be so snap trading Angel for Meteor Golem in this reality. I guess if they had both of those cards, that's something, but here we go. This has been one of our MVPs all day, and I'm going to do the same thing I've been doing with it all day. Do this, attack, and let them figure it out. Really, this overcome turning our 2 Leafkin Druids and our two pups into real threats has been the big game this draft. I think we got it. All right. We go up to 6 wins in best of 1. And you know what 6 wins in best of 1 means, right? For that one, you can thank our friend Brian, aka Valhalla's Chosen. Thank you, Brian, for making a meme for me. Appreciate that. Yep, we've maxed it out. I keep maxing it out, although it's perfect timing. Look, it's 7 minutes till my usual end time, so we'll finish up this event, and then I'll find someone to raid. Yeah, DJ, I feel for poor Randy. Randy Bueller's a friend of mine. I think that's fair to say. And I worked with his wife, Dell, in R&D for 5 years. And Dell is a fixture at Wizards of the Coast. She's one of the most important long-term members of R&D in terms of her influence on the game and its quality. The game would simply not be as great as it is today without the hard work that Dell has put in as the editing lead over the years. But the consequence to Randy, former R&D'er and Magic Hall of Famer, is that spouses of Wizards employees are not allowed to play competitive Magic. So poor Randy, who would love nothing more than to play at every single Pro Tour, can't do any of it because his wife is still working at the company. No red yet, but we're gonna keep this, right? This seems too good. Got our MVP. Yeah, Smock, they could do some things to release Randy, but I think they like being married, even in a formal way or whatever. All right, we're gonna go Leafkin Druid into Leafkin Druid or into Double Champ, and then we're gonna find a pup and start making big champs. We could just play Brawler. I guess we don't have any token making yet, so Woodland Champs aren't amazing yet. Let's just play the thing that can actually get through a Sentinel. Although, of course, 2 Woodland Champs can get through a Sentinel, but this can get through a Sentinel for 4 damage. Spitfire, Sentinel, Bag of Holding, all fine. Bag of Holding is strong. We're going to try and just outrace it, basically. We have no additional elementals to play this turn, so we're going to attack with the Brawler right now with no additional plays. Get in for 4. Going to follow with the Double Champ Although we play a tracker, we could start looking for creatures next turn, although that's what you want to do to finish. So we're going to try and finish our hand dump with tracker and then match their bag of holding value with our tracker value, basically. How about a dragon off the top? That would be quite nice, both for some air support and to turn those champs into 4/4s. See ya, Kruzica. Boros Skies is a pretty funky choice.
Chandra, you need more control. Psh, just let me burn. Fire spreads fast, with help.
Really? I guess they're planning on... Let's see, if we overcome now, is that worth it? We overcome, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We can go to their face for 14. But given that nothing they have here can actually stop us from killing Chandra outright, I think we'll do tracker and save overcome for next turn, where we can threaten, presumably, 18. Wait, 16? Did I do the... Oh, because this gets bigger, right. Yeah. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so that becomes a forced block. Yeah, I think we go after the Planeswalker and then do the overcome play with tracker and play next turn, and they'll have a hard time beating that with what's going on here. And if they want to save Chandra, they can... Although we can also just... Here's the other thing we can do. Send everything... Yeah, like... Actually, you know what? I'm going to ignore Chandra. Well, we don't even need to worry about Chandra. New plan. Attack face. Tracker. Next turn, overcome attack face. How do they beat that? I mean, I guess the way they could beat that is they find a 3-mana removal spell that they get to duplicate with Chandra. That could be good. Yeah, or if they find the Aerial Assault and replay Aerial Assault, then maybe that's solid for them. But even then, I still like our spot okay. So we're going to make them have a 3-mana removal spell to combo with Chandra to not lose this game.
Great!
Woo! Should have done that math. It's going to work out for us, but I should have done the math. I would have been very surprised to see Cavalcade, but I suppose this deck is somewhat set up for it. Boom, 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 boom. Really wish I had done the math. I'd feel better about how we closed this out if I had actually mathed it out that we would not lose to a +2/+1, because that's just, I mean, in M20 against white with a big attack, you always have to do that calculation. So little bit of a sketchy way to hit 7, failing on my homework basically, but we got there. Got an extra 20 on the gems. Oh, sure, it's not even in the set. I was I was just thinking it through, whether it'd even be good. Don't be like me, folks. Do the math. All right, there's another 20, so that's an extra 40 on the grind. And an extra 60. So that makes 120 total on the grind, plus the 950. Another nice result for our free-to-play account. The gems keep going up. Let's go ahead and open these packs. I don't think we're not even gonna really be playing much Eldraine on this anymore, so I'll open this while we're here. Got a vault progress done. We'll count these gems towards this. So another 20. $40. I want to see a mythic here. 60. 80. 100. No, still working on that. Not forgotten though. Extra 120. Not kind of wanted to complete this set. Don't mind another 120. So 240 plus the 950 is very nice on the gems, and it's kind of what I'm talking about. Like, you know, it can be hard to make those gem picks during the draft. I mean, we passed on what was the thing we passed on for gems at one point? It was solid. It was like some totally reasonable spell or whatever, but you just, something about, you know, getting that 20 gems just straight up right now done is pretty valuable. Yeah, open the vault. I open the vault. I can't not. I like make the dots go away and the vault go away. I can't sit there with the vault. It drives me nuts. So yeah. All right. Perfect timing. Great day of draft. We started the week on a max win. Now let's see who's going to entertain you all after me. We got a Tupperware, a Cuneo. Penny Arcade is doing Moons of Madness. I guess let's go to Tupperware. Is that why I didn't get the Theros packs? I thought I had more time, actually. I feel whenever I leave value on the table with the free-to-play account, it bums me out. So I'm just legit bummed out that I missed out on those packs. Yeah, you're not wrong, G-Pick. It's like, it sticks at me. I try to do this account right, but life optimal is not letting maximizing a video game get in the way of living your best life, and I'll take it that this weekend I lived my best life instead of grinding out some Theros packs. But Tupperware's cubing on Magic Online, so let's send you over for some vintage cube, shall we? Yeah, the event was fun. I didn't even know there was power in it till I played it. I can't believe they buried the lead like that. Like, it was like the first time Arena has ever seen any Power 9, and they didn't even really market it at all. I would have been, if I were part of the team that decided to put power cards into a Arena experience, let me tell you, the pictures of the power cards would have been what's on the main screen and everything, you know, like... Anyway, we'll send you to... Oh yeah, I mean, cube is obvious. I've said, like, I was pitching a standard cube or an arena cube as I was leaving. I have no doubt we'll get a cube in here eventually. And I think you could make a good one with only the cards that exist on Arena right now, much less than with the ones that are easy enough to program and add. So... The big barrier really to cube is that they have to do the tech to not give you the cards that you draft, because then they'll have to introduce the concept of a phantom draft, which is something they haven't done on Arena yet. And I would understand, like, that's a bridge they have to decide to cross. Like, okay, we're now going to introduce this concept of sometimes you keep your stuff and sometimes you don't, and that is a cost they have to pay if they're going to do that. So it's something to think about. Anyway. 93 of you are ready for Tupperware. We'll send you along. Thanks for hanging today. We'll see you tomorrow.